How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video, and it's going to be another video where I talk about something that I find fairly interesting or interesting enough to make a video about. And if you haven't already guessed by the title, we're going to be talking about a game that I once thought was long forgotten and completely dead, but I'm kind of wrong, and you'll see why. So the game we're going to be talking about is World War III, and we're making a 2021 update. So World War III was a game that showed some promise. When I saw the trailer, the initial launch trailer, it looked pretty good, and the game didn't fully release. It was in early access, so it was expected to perform decently okay. So in order to understand why the game felt like it died, we need to go back to its inception, 2018. So October 2018 is when the game initially launched, and it launched alongside two really big titles, Battlefield 5 and Fallout 76. Now, launching an indie game that kind of feels and looks like Battlefield 4 is kind of tough to compete when you're releasing alongside, like I said, Battlefield 5 and Fallout 76. And that's a tough situation in and of itself. And the reason why I say that is because on launch, the game seemed to be doing okay. And after the first month of launch, the player base just dwindled up until present day 2021 when I'm making this video. So we're going to take a quick look at Steam charts for World War III. Now, if we take a look at within the last 3 hours, there's only been 26 players within the last 24 hours. Peak, not average, there's been 38 players. All-time peak, 11,000 players. Now, like I said, for a game that launched alongside Battlefield 5 and Fallout 76, it's to be expected. In particular, a game that is, an indie game, wasn't really developed by a AAA company. It's to be expected. But the issue was the first patch. The first patch introduced a whole bunch of issues that people found super annoying or just prohibited them from playing the game in general. So the issues that I found and was able to experience firsthand were endless loading screens, game instability, poor connection, and the inability to join an actual game. So a lot of the matches that you were able to find, you just weren't able to join them. And honestly, if you have a lot of things going for you and you kind of just ruined them with the patch like that, it cuts your player base in half. If we look at the Steam charts again and we go based off of October 2018, it was fine. Then November 2018, which is roughly around when the first patch came out, it literally dropped by 2,911 players. Obviously, it did peak at 3056, but still, from 3,800 to about 900 players, that's more than half, right? That's 76%. So it's an insane drop, and honestly, this combined the other two games that came out, it really did it zero favors in keeping and retaining a lot of that player base. I'm sure those who weren't able to even sign into the game or get into a match or were having poor issues with the game just went and played Fallout, which was a disaster, or played Battlefield 5. Now, they released a trailer on July 31st, if I'm not mistaken. Gotta double check that. But the trailer is about 5 minutes long, and I'm only going to cover a few of the things that I thought was kind of interesting that they think is good to improve based on player feedback. Now, they mentioned that there's going to be map improvements, gun animation and gameplay animation improvements, as well as playable realism, and a few others that they mentioned, but like I said, I'm not going to cover them all. I'll leave the link in the description if you guys actually want to watch the 5-minute trailer, but it'd probably make this video long enough. But anyway, a lot of the things that they want to tackle are great when you want to improve a game that already has an existing player base. But it makes me wonder, will some of these improvements really bring back that player base with Call of Duty Vanguard coming out and Battlefield 2042 coming out? And so they're going to have different approaches to each game. It's going to be interesting to see how some of the improvements and dedication to the game is actually going to bring it back to life. And I want to see the game do better, and I want it to have a player base. I enjoyed playing it for the first month that it was out, and it was fun. I thought it was doing something unique. Not unique in the sense that it was reinventing the wheel, but it was improving on other games that were fairly popular, like Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 was pretty cool. I played it for, I don't know, some time, not that much. Not like Battlefield 5 or 1, but certainly it felt around there, and it also felt like Squad. If you haven't played Squad, then you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but it did have elements from these popular games that are pretty well lived now and have great player bases and great mechanics and all these other great things going for them. So I was pretty excited to see this game flourish into something really, really good. But it just didn't, and it kind of flopped. And I'm not surprised, just kind of how it goes for some games. But hopefully with the attempts and efforts that the devs are continuing to put into it, hopefully it does bring some of that player base back. And I re-downloaded the game so I can go back and play it. Since I saw the trailer be posted, I thought, maybe more people would come back. And I did. I have some gameplay of, I think, 13 players, so 6v6, 5v5, something like that, somewhere around there. It was rough because people kept joining and leaving, but it was fine, and it felt great to be back on the game after playing other games like Call of Duty Cold War or Battlefield 5 over the last like 3 or so years and stuff like that. So yeah, I really hope the game comes back to life and it makes a comeback, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, I thought covering this game would be fairly interesting. I don't think it's gotten enough attention as it should have, and rightfully so. Like I mentioned in the video a multitude of times, it kind of launched at a really bad time and the update kind of just screwed it over. So I think for now, I'm going to leave this video here. If anything else comes up that looks promising towards the game's revival, then I'll cover it, and I'll keep covering the game as things come out. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys like the game, I'm going to leave gameplay down below from my channel and a few other channels. Maybe you'll be interested in it, and who knows, maybe we could spread the word. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. If you really enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you think. If you really think the game has a chance to come back, or is it just completely dead? Given that 2021 has a few other games in store that are a lot more popular. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Bye.